Hello, welcome to today's learning session. This is the second session. I'm Arpita Sengupta. I will be teaching you the next session of GST implementation in a very basic manner in Tally. In our last session, we discussed about I just showed how to implement how to implement GST accounting in Tally. We just learned about intrastate GST applicability. Now, in this session, we'll learn about interstate GST applicability. Interstate means when goods are sold from one state to another, then the whole GST is being charged to IGST account, not CGST, SGST, IGST. Now, in this case, we will see how this thing has to be implemented in Tally. So let us load the Tally software first. So I have loaded the Tally software and I have loaded the company as well. Now, let us just recapitulate once that first we have activated the feature, the GST feature from Tally features, Tally company features. We have set this option enable goods and services tax GST to yes, and we have set these options. We have done, we have created these options. Registration type is regular. We have selected our state West Bengal. That means we are going to do our business from the state of West Bengal. That means in case of interstate, we are going to purchase goods from another state and we are going to sell goods to another state. We are going to purchase from another state to West Bengal and we are going to sell goods from West Bengal to another state. Okay. So we have given our GST and other details in this GST activation page and we have saved this option. Next, we have created some GST related required masters, that is some ledgers and stock in items. Let us just revise it once more. To revise, we were to view the ledger, we will have to go to the alter mode. We'll have to go to alter option and then go to ledger option. And from here, we will see the purchase ledger first. We will view the purchase ledger. Now, this purchase ledger under purchase accounts, inventory values are affected. Yes. Type of ledger is not applicable. Including accessible value calculation, not applicable. GST applicability will be applicable. HSN or SSC details will be as per company group. GST rate details will be specified details here, and we will give the we will have to select the taxability type as taxable, and we will have to give the GST rate 18% over here. Type of supply goods. Next, we have created the sales account. Let us select the sales account. Sales under sales account, inventory values are affected. Yes. Type of ledger not applicable. Including accessible value calculation not applicable. GST applicability applicable. HSN and SSC details as per company group. GST rate details, specified details here. And taxability type will be taxable. And the rate will be 18%. After that, we will create the sundry creditor of other state and sundry debtor of other state. Because, for example, both our supplier and debtor belong to the state of Delhi. So we will go to the create option. In our last session, in our last lesson, we have bought goods, purchased goods from Lalani Infotech Limited of West Bengal. In this case also, we will purchase from Lalani Infotech only. We will create this, while creating this Lalani, we will select the state Delhi. You have to create another creditor ledger. If the same creditor, if we are purchasing goods from same creditor, but from different state, we have to create a separate creditor ledger for a different state. Separate creditor ledger for separate states. Separate debtor ledger for separate states. Okay, state-wise debtor and creditor ledgers must be created as because GST is different. Now we will go to create ledger option and we will create Lalani Infotech Limited Delhi. Delhi under sundry creditors. Maintain balances bill by bill option will be yes. Name, address, state will be Delhi. Then we have to provide the GST. In this case, we will provide the same GST of the last supplier which we provided, but only we will change the state code. Why? Because the the creator is same, only the state is different. That is why PAN will be same, only the state code will be different. So we will just change the state code of 19 to 07. 07 is the code for Delhi. Okay. We will change this 19 and we will type down 07. Okay. It will say invalid GST because this GST does not exist. Now, PAN or IT number we have to provide from this GST as well. AAA CL 566 2Q. Okay. Done. Again, after creating the supplier ledger, we'll create the customer ledger. That is, then we'll create Nimbus Private Limited under but state will be Delhi. So Nimbus Computers Private Limited, Delhi. As because same ledger cannot exist, we have to create something different from that ledger name. A name should be like this, so that while selecting the customer ledger, we can be sure that which state this ledger belongs to. Okay, so we must give some identification in the name, debtor or creditor name as well. Okay, it will be under sundry debtors. Now, maintain balances bill by bill will be yes. Nimbus Computers address Delhi. State will be Delhi. Now we will give the same GST, only we will change the state code from West Bengal to Delhi. We will change this 19 state code to 07. Now we will provide the PAN, company's PAN. After the data creditor details are created, we will save the ledgers. So purchase ledger has been done, sales ledger has been done, supplier customer ledgers have been created with proper GST. Now the next ledger what needs to be created is the GST ledger. In this case, in case of interstate transaction, interstate sale of goods or services, we cannot use CGST, SGST ledgers. In this case, we will have to use IGST ledgers, both in case of purchase and in case of sale. So in case of purchase, we will select input IGST, we will create input IGST, and in case of sales, we will create output IGST. Okay. So let us create the GST input IGST ledger first. Input IGST under duties and taxes. Type of duty or tax will be GST. Here the tax type will be what? Here the tax type will be IGST. Percentage of calculation will be 18%, not 9%. It will be full 18%. Rounding method can be chosen applicable or not applicable as per our requirement. Next, after input IGST, we will create the ledger output IGST. Under duties and taxes group, type of duty or tax will be GST, and tax type, GST tax type will be IGST, and percentage will be 18%. Okay. Next, we are going to purchase and sell computer and computer accessories. Let us just modify the stock items and see what we did in the last class, in the last session. We will go to alter option. We will go to first we created the stock item unit pieces. We have done this pieces mapping also, pieces to pieces. Okay. After that, we have created stock item. 3 stock items we have created: computer, keyboard and mouse with proper HSN code, so that proper GST 18% rate will be taken at the time of the purchase and sales entry. Computer HSN code we have given. Under primary units pieces, GST applicability we have set to applicable. specify HSN details, specify details here, and we have typed down the HSN code of computer. Next, GST rate details, specify details here. Taxability type we have set to taxable, and GST rate 18%, type of supply goods. Same in case of keyboard and mouse also. This is the keyboard stock item. We have given the HSN code and the rate 18%. In case of mouse also, HSN code and rate 18%. Okay. Next, we will go to voucher entries. We will, from Gateway of Tally, we will go to vouchers. Suppose we are purchasing in the month of August, 1st August. We will change the date to 1st August. Supplier invoice number will be the bill number as provided by Lalani, as provided by our supplier. Date will be the invoice date in which the date of invoice, the invoice which has been provided to us by the supplier. Party name will be Lalani Infotech Delhi. Okay. We have to provide, give the receipt note details as well. Then this party details page will come. We will check the options and then we will select the ledger purchase account. Name of item, computer. Suppose we are purchasing 5 computers at the rate 40,000. 5 pieces of keyboard at the rate 180. 5 pieces of mouse at the rate 200. Okay. After the total amount column, we will select the GST ledger. We will select IGST ledger. We will, in case of purchase, we will select input IGST ledger. See, in case 18%, in this case, 18% of 2,01,900 has been taken. As because all our GST specifications are correct, this amount has been correctly taken. After that, provide GST e-waybill details. Has to be set to yes. Dispatch from Delhi to Kolkata. Transporter name needs to be provided. Transporter ID, mode of transport by road or by rail has to be selected. Vehicle number is very mandatory for e-waybill generation. As because in this case, e-waybill has already been generated by the supplier, that means by Lalani. But when we are selling the goods, I will show you in the sales invoice. When we are selling the goods, we have to provide the transporter details and the vehicle number. Now the invoice number and the total bill amount has come with GST. This is the total bill amount with GST. So the purchase entry is saved. Next, we will pass the sales entry. That means, first we have to press the shortcut key F8. This means we are selling the goods from West Bengal to Delhi. And our value of goods for this transaction will be more than 50,000. So e-waybill is mandatory. In case of e-waybill, 2 parts are generated, part A and part B. In part B is generated when transporter details are updated. If we are providing our own transport and we have the vehicle number, then e-waybill part B will be generated. But for that, in Tally, all the details has to be provided. All the necessary details for e-waybill has to be provided. All the necessary details of transporter has to be provided. So let us change the date first to 2nd August. Then party name will be Nimbus Computers Private Limited, Delhi, who belongs to the different state. We will select the party details, then select the sales ledger. Then we are selecting the items, computer 5 pieces at the rate 50,000, keyboard 5 pieces at the rate 270, and mouse 5 pieces at the rate 300. After that, here in this case, the name of the GST ledger, which needs to be selected will be output IGST. See from the list, output IGST ledger has to be selected. The GST amount has been taken here. This option has to be set to yes. If the value is more than 50,000, GST e-waybill invoice details, yes. Here, these options are mandatory. We have to provide all the details over here. When we are passing a real-time voucher entry, we will be having all these details, transporter details and everything. Dispatch from Kolkata to Delhi. Transporter name has to be created and provided. Transporter ID has to be created. Mode of transport has to be mentioned and vehicle number has to be mentioned for e-way bill generation. Bill to place. Suppose bill to is Kolkata, but ship to is Delhi. Okay. New reference here we have to provide our invoice number because this is our invoice. The invoice number will be our company's invoice number. ABC, same ABC 2425 050. Okay, this invoice amount is inclusive of GST with GST amount. But the relevant details are not correct. That is why actual e-way bill will be not generated, will not be generated. If we are having actual e-way bill details, then e-way bill will be automatically generated from this after this invoice only. Okay. This is how we will be implementing. I have shown the implementation of GST in Tally in a very basic manner, in a very basic level, for beginners. After this, after practicing this thoroughly, we will be able to move on to advanced levels. But for first, in order to implement GST, we need to know these basics well, and we need to practice this well. So I hope this video will help you to see and practice Tally and learn the basics of implementation of GST in Tally, so that we can move on to the advanced phase. So I will end my session over here. Thank you very much.